Did you hear that Indonesia has criminalized sex outside of marriage? They just did that. Interestingly, I don't know if it's a coincidence, but Louisiana has just criminalized sex outside the family. So,
wow. Hey, welcome back to Stupid Reactions. I'm Corbin.
Unless they consent, then
I mean, definitely that, yes.
it's really okay. Because who knows you better?
Yikes. Today, what are we doing? I don't know, Rick.
That's true about Indonesia, though.
What is?
Sex outside of marriage is now criminalized. It's illegal in Indonesia.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah.
Today we got.
I worked hard on that law.
This is somebody. This is from a channel. Her name is Allison, and
Anderson,
and she I think goes camping through Kerala, and so this is a kind of I've been told a really beautiful.
Hey, that's
video
cool.
Of different side, maybe of parts of Kerala that
Nice.
we haven't seen. So it's kind of a tourism video.
Cool.
A little bit. So if you haven't, go check her channel out. I don't know her. This is the first I've ever seen her, but here we go.
Can't believe I'm about to say this, but hello from India.
Hello.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Heck of a camera she has, by the way.
Don't feed the animals. Wow.
I've made it to the beautiful state of Kerala here in India, thanks to Kerala Tourism.
No, I was like, that's not where it is.
I was like,
It's my
That's not
first
Kerala.
not up in the north central
I'm
region.
so excited to be here, and I'm going to be spending the next week traveling through Kerala with a guide. Kerala's a popular vacation
I thought you were going to say
destination. It's
traveling to
really
Kerala with a
beautiful.
guide.
There's a lot of
Cool.
sun,
Congratulations.
There's mountains, there's some wildlife. This morning I'm in the city of Cochin, and we have a bit of a drive ahead of us today. It's going to be at least 4 hours.
Whoa.
We're heading into the mountains to the town of Munnar, and it looks incredible.
Wow.
Oh,
I'd love to helicopter through there.
I'd love to do what she's doing through there. I'd love to fornicate through there as well.
Yeah. Wow. It freaking looks like it should be used as a location for some fantasy movie.
This morning has been exciting. It's been a bit of a rush. I poked my head outside of my tent at like 5:50 a.m. just to check what the weather was doing. It was about 20 minutes before sunrise. I didn't know if it was going to be rained out. And there was a cloud inversion in the mountains this morning. So I threw all my stuff in the bag, sprinted out my door to try and catch it for sunrise. It is so beautiful and
Holy
pristine up
shoot.
in the
Wow.
mountains. It feels like I'm sitting up in a cloud. There's patches of fog among the hills, and we're staying in these tents that are tucked into the mountainside, so it feels so immersive, and it's so quiet.
Ugh.
The next day we headed down the mountain, which was one of the most scenic drives of the trip. Every 5 minutes I wanted to stop and take pictures, and we made it
Which
to Bethany
never
to
do it
visit
justice.
Ariar National Park for
This is-
a boat
I wanna know where the
trip.
camera
And
is,
if
though,
you like
'cause-
monkeys, this is the place for you. These guys are everywhere around the boat launch, and they're not shy. You can sit just a few feet away from them and take pictures.
And guard your belongings because they will steal them.
And your
A
loins.
boat safari is such a great way to see wildlife because in the park, all animals eventually come down to the water to drink. So you have a chance to see everything here, and if you're lucky, you can even spot elephants and tigers in this park.
Oh, what a gorgeous bird.
I've made it to the Misty Mountain Experience in Pyramidoo, which is a beautiful property.
They're in the
I'm
Misty
standing
Mountains.
In the cutest little cabin-like room with
Ugh.
a beautiful balcony I can sit out on. And here I'm going to be learning more about the tea making process. And then this afternoon, I'm going out on a Jeep ride to explore the property some more. So one of the experiences at the Misty Mountain Experience is a tea factory tour.
That's
so you
awesome.
can see how it's all made.
That
And
would be
one of the
amazing.
very basic things about tea that I didn't know before this tour is that both black and green tea come from the same plant, and it requires a specific temperature and humidity to thrive, which is what makes this region and property so special. But something else that makes the property incredible is it's perched on a mountainside with waterfalls running down it. Guests can go on a scenic Jeep ride, and the views
I would love
are
to.
so beautiful.
Oh my God.
Today I've made
Goa?
it to Alapi, and I'm doing one of the coolest things I've ever done traveling. I'm staying on a private houseboat tonight. So it's just me and my guide, and
This is a heck of a trip for her, man.
here to operate the boat and cook and
Sounds
How
keep
cool.
everything running. And it
Oh
is
my
so
goodness.
cool, and it has been
I would
so
do that.
relaxing to sit here and drift
I would do that.
through the
No
backwaters
joke,
and
I would
take in
do
the
that.
scenery.
It looks, that almost looked like Vietnam.
Kerala's very Vietnamish.
Yeah,
With all the
very.
backwaters and everything.
Oh my word.
The next day was the Champions Boat
Oh,
League
good
Snake
for
Boat
them.
Races. This event is an annual series of races.
I'm
on the
sure that was
backwaters of
timed.
Kerala, with
Yeah,
teams
oh
of
yeah. I
rowers
bet there's a
racing
big
these long
lot of
skinny
tourists
boats
there at that
called
time.
Absolutely.
snake boats because of the shape. And it's a big deal. People line the banks of the backwaters for it.
Why are there people in the water? What are they doing?
I think they're just cheering him on.
Are they?
Yeah.
One of the highlights of this day was that one of the families that live on the water invited me into their home for lunch, and they were so kind. It's traditional to eat everything with your hands in India, even rice and sauce. So they were coaching me on how to do it, and I think they found
Corbin's
it kind
favorite part of it.
amazing to see me try it for the first time, and it was just
My
such
sweetheart
a
does that
wonderful experience.
Every dinner, for the most part, she's without utensils.
Oh, look at that pool. It's not the eating with the hands. It's all the sauce on the fingers.
I know, for you it's the
This
sauce.
property that I'm staying at is kind of like if a hotel and an Airbnb
That's-
were mixed. I'm the only
I want this
guest
girl's
here,
itinerary.
so I have the entire property to
Seriously.
myself, but there's also staff
Oh,
here.
butterflies.
It's like a private stay. It's called Vismaya, and this outdoor shower situation I have is amazing. Outside of my room, I have a little private courtyard with all of the bathroom things, and there's this rain shower. I came out here at like 9 p.m. last night. It was like still 80 degrees, and I stood under this shower, and it was perfection. If you've never stayed somewhere with a private outdoor shower like this, you need to add it to your bucket list, but it needs to be somewhere tropical.
Yeah.
I've stayed at places in the desert with outdoor showers, but it cools off so much at night that like in the early morning or late at night when you would typically take a shower, it's kind of too cold to be pleasant, but when it's tropical and it's still warm.
You take
at
showers
night,
after some certain
it's
other
amazing.
activities.
And then this
Absolutely.
morning I got
So-
up
Or
with
just at least a
guys and
partial
started
washing.
to
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just having the best time. Next, we drove to a spot nearby for a village experience.
I love the
where got to
backwaters,
visit
man.
Some local homes and learn a little about their way of life. They showed me how they produce goods like woven palm shades, and I got to see how they fashion ropes, which was really incredible. This
That's
took them
awesome.
less than a minute to make from a coconut husk, and it's so strong. Wow. That's incredible. I also got to see this really cool
Ah,
coconut tree.
nice.
Whoa!
And then we headed
What a
to
cool
the
contraption.
Murari Beach Resort on the ocean, which is a really beautiful property. They also place a strong emphasis on sustainable tourism, and they have this tea cart where a woman makes what's called meter chai because it's poured from a meter
Huh.
high. And she was so good at this.
Meter
The resort
chai,
is
nice.
especially known for its Ayurvedic medicine center, and of course the beach. The sunset over the
Oh.
Arabian Sea was incredible.
Oh!
Arabian Nights.
I miss the ocean.
Well, this is it for my time in India. I'm back where I started in the city of Cochin. I didn't really know what to expect before coming here. Actually, my guide and I were talking about this. He said a lot of the world, especially Americans, when they think of India, they just think of the Taj Mahal. and
Exactly.
nothing else, where in reality, it's actually quite a large country with a lot of other things in it.
Diverse.
So I come here with a lot of expectations, which is sometimes the best way to experience a new place. And I loved the scenery. I loved the foggy
How could you
mountainous
not?
hills and the tranquil
The misty
backwaters.
mountains.
If you are planning a visit to Kerala and you're interested in doing a kind of like a road trip through the state like I did, my number one tip would be to book a guided tour. About an hour into the tour, I realized there was no way I ever would have been able to navigate it by myself.
I'm sure,
So
yeah.
definitely, if you're planning to come here and move around a lot, I would totally do a tour. Thanks for coming along with me on this one. I hope you all are doing well, and I will see you next time.
Fantastic video.
Great
Great
video.
video. I would love to know what kind of camera you used.
Yeah,
It captured everything beautifully.
gorgeous.
Only she has 664,000 subscribers, so obviously she's doing well.
Yeah.
She doesn't say. Sometimes they have.
Yeah, what other places has she gone to? Does she have a playlist or anything?
Yeah, but man, I've said for a while now, Kerala is probably the top of my list for places in India I've want to go next.
Yeah.
Kerala, just from everything that we've seen in films and tourism videos, looks. I mean, there's also so many other places that I want to go.
Of course.
Northeast and Northwest and more south and Tamil and all that stuff. Kerala is top of my list.
Yeah.
And I would love to do. How big is hiking culture in India?
Good question.
I feel like it should be
I would
really
imagine
popular, but I don't know.
Me too. I would think it's popular too, especially in the regions that are like that, like the mountainous regions, I would think, but I don't know. No idea.
Yeah, me either.
But there's got to be people who would, like, their idea, many people, is to go to Goa and have a beach time, but there's got to be millions who want the opposite and want to go to the mountains and want to do hiking and waterfalls. And so,
yeah, I would. Her entire itinerary looked amazing. That boat hotel thing is something
Looked
I would
incredible.
1,000% do.
Yeah.
It looks like you could spend a long time just in Kerala. I wonder how big it is in terms of
Like
a state.
Miles, like
Yeah, in
square
terms of,
square
like,
miles.
What state is it comparable to in terms
Yeah.
of size here?
That's a good question.
The
I don't know.
scope of it.
I do know
Maps are deceiving.
they are.
Because especially the ones that we have here, because obviously there's a whole history behind it. Like they make
Our maps are
certain-
not proportioned right.
No, they make certain things seem much larger and other ones much smaller.
And they put North America at the center of the map.
Yeah. So it's I never trust it.
No, no, but I do know square miles. Like India is like 2/3. It's almost 2/3 of America's size. But I don't know which region would be considered the largest square miles. So. So it's saying what? Kerala's 15,000 square miles?
15,000 square miles. Kerala is a fourth
The size of Florida. Oh, so it's
Relatively small.
relatively small, but Florida's deceiving because there's a lot of
Yeah.
square mileage stretched
long.
out. Yeah.
It's long.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, California is massive.
Huge.
And Texas is massive. Alaska
is massive.
Those are, like, if they were their own countries, be some of the bigger countries out there.
Yeah.
In terms of just size of the countries, they're absolutely massive. So, yeah, that gives me a little scale, though. So if it's about the fourth of the size of Florida, you could probably get through it. But the issue, probably why it takes 4 hours, is probably it's back
The mountains and the back roads.
It's not like highway.
No. it's single lane
Yeah.
things, rough terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
You look at something and you go, oh, that's only 10 kilometers away. Cool. An hour later,
Yeah.
you're going walking speed.
Because if you cross the United States, it would take you, if you did it nonstop.
Driving?
Yeah, probably a day and a half.
No.
I think so.
No. I've driven it several times with my mom.
Not stopping, though.
Yeah.
not-
Like if you drove nonstop from here, it would take you 24 hours to get to Dallas.
No, it wouldn't.
I've done the drive.
I've done the drive from San Antonio. If you drove straight through from San Antonio till...
It's 23 hours.
No, it's...
What, going 150?
One, the speed limit's 95 from San Antonio
Yeah,
to
what
El Paso.
speed are you talking about?
It's the speed from San Antonio to El Paso.
Okay. It's 3,000 miles across the United States. If you averaged 80 miles an hour, it would take you 37 hours.
It takes about 45 hours or...
If you averaged
6,
that.
8 hours. See, I'm talking straight through. 6, 8 hour days. No, I'm talking straight through.
I've driven New York to LA several times.
Yeah.
And it
Slowpoke.
takes 4 to 5 days.
Maybe if you didn't drive like an old.
My mom was driving in her 20s.
Another old.
So,
She's even older.
oh, you're out. Have you done the drive?
I've driven a lot.
You've driven from coast to coast.
Not subsequently.
The answer to that question was no.
I've driven
politician.
from San Antonio-
Answering this question like a politician.
San Antonio to L.A. and San Antonio to Charleston.
Have you driven from LA to New
Shahid.
York? Or vice versa?
If you
He's a
combine
politician.
both of them,
Wow. It takes longer than a day and a half.
you know what else takes longer than a day and a half?
Your mom. It's really frustrating because I try and try, but it always takes her a day and a
Anyway,
half.
Let us know what other videos we can react to, and if this did it justice down below.
Juice!